Sonny and Majo getting caught or turning themselves in. I don't know which one, but I was very interested, so I started this late. My bad. My bad. Okay, the poll has been created. I'm gonna see if I can catch the rest of that news on TV. I want to know. See, the weird thing is, El Chapo's other son got released from prison today, and he was like in the feds. So him getting released, the other son getting caught, and El Majo, I'm like, there's some fishy stuff going on, man. I need Rolando to come up in here. He's a cartel expert, so he'll be able to tell me what's going on. But from the report that I read, they got caught in El Paso too, so strange. Very strange. I'm not right for you, maybe can you telephone? Buy to bar and for making have fun. Stop fight, but make him fight for you like Tyson. You're too nice, so I'm the boy loving Billy, just poison him. Just poison him. Let's see, noticias. I gotta find some live news right now to see what they're saying about this capture. Live TV. Let's see. Someone voted nope. Fair enough.
El propio Departamento de Justicia nos acaba de enviar un comunicado de prensa que a los efectos confirma también esa información. La detención también fue confirmada por una fuente diplomática de México y dos fuentes familiarizadas con la operación confirmaron la captura a la agencia Reuters.
So it's real. Hold on, y'all. I gotta move something out of the way of my TV.
Porque esta noticia sacude el mundo del narcotráfico. Vamos a otros temas. En breve, el sistema de transporte público de la ciudad de Nueva York anunció un gran cambio en cuanto a sus servicios para estudiantes. Los detalles en breve. Pero por un momento Nueva York y que los estudiantes recibieron una buena noticia de parte de los autoridades metropolitanos y es que ahora tendrán nuevas tarjetas Omni que reemplazarán las MetroCard. Estas nuevas tarjetas de hecho se van a poder usar 24 horas, 7 días de la
The icon. Why do you only talk about politics, bro? Is that the only thing that goes on in your brain? You're entitled to your own opinion. But give me a legitimate reason that you don't like Kamala Harris. You should be able to give me at least one solid reasoning that isn't something, I don't know, something that I would read on the internet. The same thing everyone else says. Am I voting for her? I don't know. We'll see who wins my vote. What am I eating? It's a Pop-Tart. A strawberry Pop-Tart, to be exact. All I want to know is how they capture El Chapo's son today, and the news is not talking about it. I feel like that's pretty important that they're saying he was captured in El Paso. That is that should be the biggest news on TV. Let me replay the 9 o'clock news. Nope. Yeah, it's like people are just like skipping over this. I feel like it's a pretty big deal. Maybe I need to check the Texas news. Clearly, the rest of the nation doesn't care. Or maybe they just already talked about it and they're like, all right, we talked about this for the last like 30 minutes already. Ah, found the source.
Estamos hablando de un durísimo golpe al narcotráfico, un día muy importante también para la relación bilateral entre México y Estados Unidos. ¿Qué te quiere decir a ti el silencio absoluto de este lado de la frontera? El mexicano,
Have I looked at immigration lately? What about immigration?
y hay celebración por este duro golpe al narcotráfico. ¿Qué te quiere decir a ti que el gobierno mexicano esté en completo silencio?
Que todo este sexenio estuvo marcado por una casi indulgencia por parte del presidente López Obrador.
This is huge, man. I wonder what's going to happen in Mexico after this. Like, for them to catch the co-founder of the Sinaloa cartel, whoo, and they caught him in the United States, this is going to be something. Millions of people coming, job market. Yeah, you're just talking about the history of the United States, bro. There has never been a year where there wasn't millions of people coming here. You know who was tough on immigration? Obama. That motherfucker was deporting people.
Me parece que uno de los detenidos fue, sin duda, uno de los hijos del Chapo Guzmán, Joaquín, por cierto, lleva el mismo nombre de su padre. Así que este es un golpe también a la facción de los chapitos. Creo que se llevaron el carro que faltaba. Con esta detención, el golpe es durísimo para el gobierno mexicano, porque ahora va a tener que dar un viraje por completo a sus relaciones con la DEA, que también fue vilipendiada y menospreciada en este sexenio.
I also think it's hilarious that the Mexican government had no idea that we caught them.
Política de seguridad mucho más acompañada con Estados Unidos, sobre todo si no queremos como país ser juzgados como un país que protege al narcotráfico en sus actividades terroristas, que ese es el objetivo de Estados Unidos, dejar muy en claro que la venta de fentanilo, por supuesto, incluye actividades de destrucción masiva, ¿no? Entonces, yo creo que por ahí ha sido un golpe muy duro para el gobierno mexicano.
Tens of millions of people living in poverty, some 3 million living on the street. Yeah, that's America for you, man. See Gavin Newsom today said he's getting rid of homeless people. I'm like, what are you gonna do with them? He's just like, I'm gonna destroy their camps, their camps and their encampments. I'm like, bro, just gonna move somewhere else. Like, they're homeless. You could throw them in jail, I guess, but what is that gonna do? Once you're homeless, bro. You destroy their encampment, they're gonna walk about 1 hour in that direction and set it up over there. And when they get kicked out of there, they're gonna walk in another direction and set it up over there.
Pues lo primero que habría que preguntarles es que si sí sabían cómo fue el pacto, que esperaran después de las elecciones en México, quiero decir, porque entonces habría que pensar en eso, en el ingrediente temporal, es decir, que ese pacto, a mí me parece que este tipo de detenciones sí requieren un proceso incluso de relaciones
They
exteriores
should be helped. And what do you think will help them?
solamente a nivel de la DEA, no solamente a nivel de inteligencia, sino
I have an idea of what will help them, but
porque, como yo he dicho,
I
caso
don't think our country would be willing to do it.
el narcotraficante es el más político de todos los narcotraficantes en la historia de México.
Ah, I accidentally turned the channel.
Ni la Camorra tuvo este peso que tenía Ismael El Mayo Zambada, porque fue transeccional su dominio. Es decir, tanto en el PRI como en el PAN y hoy con Morena. Entonces sí es importante que le preguntemos con mucha claridad a este gobierno cómo se dieron los tiempos en caso de que fuera una entrega pactada y en caso de que no, bueno, qué golpe tan duro para el gobierno mexicano, insisto, porque esto definitivamente demuestra de nuevo que quien tiene el control en materia de seguridad es el gobierno de Estados Unidos.
Seems like you may not care.
Pacto democrático, cosa que es muy
I may not care about what exactly.
la agenda del Partido Republicano no
What do I not care about, in your opinion?
fundamental para la agenda política en materia de seguridad también va
I
a ser
actually help homeless people in real life, so
de las miles y miles de víctimas que se ha cobrado de los jóvenes estadounidenses.
people living in poverty. You think I don't care about people living in poverty? That just shows you know nothing about me. Not a single thing. But you know what? People that like to pretend like they care about people living in poverty are not willing to give them any resources. That's the problem. Look at Colorado. Colorado gave homeless people checks. They gave them money, and those people got out of poverty. They bought themselves apartments. They got jobs. They cleaned themselves up. Anybody that suggests doing anything like that is called a communist or a socialist or giving handouts. Like, yeah, bro, if you're homeless, you don't just magically get a house. Somebody needs to help you at that point. You're below everything. It's hard enough for people like me to pay my bills. You think someone that's on the street is gonna get a job, get big enough checks to save up and get a house and get a car and all of this stuff? It's not gonna happen, bro. It's not that easy. They need resources, man. Anytime you try to give them resources, you get called a communist, get called a socialist. So people like me give up their own money to help those people. I'd rather the government do it than me, but clearly that's not gonna happen in most places.
En algún momento se rompieron las negociaciones. ¿Qué pasó? A mí me resulta que en este caso al gobierno de México es al que menos le convino una entrega como esta. Debió ser incluso mucho más trabajada entre los dos gobiernos y si mañana el presidente López Obrador no hace un anuncio de nombre de Estado va a ser muy delicado. Al contrario, es un honor y bueno, veremos también cómo cambia esto la configuración geopolítica del crimen organizado.
Well, the Mexican elections have already happened, so this isn't going to affect their elections, but it is going to affect how the people in that country see their government. Because this is, I don't think it was a coincidence that they were caught today. This is going to be an interesting future. They should be given money, jobs, health. Well, yes, they should. But who's going to do that for them? Is the candidate that you're voting for going to do that for them? Do you participate in local elections? Because to be honest, the presidential election is it's something, but it's not the most important thing. What the? What was that noise? I'm being stalked. Yeah, the president. They make decisions. They do, but your local government matters way more. Getting out there and helping them matters way more. Because regardless of who you vote for, man, the big goals are the big goals. We're not changing the government's mind. Whether you vote for a Republican or a Democrat, they're gonna support Israel. They're gonna support Ukraine. Those decisions are not changing. Anything else, student loan clearance that they promise, anything else, that big promises that they make, they're just gonna keep making those promises. Like that's what they do. They just say, well, I couldn't do it this time because the Republicans controlled the majority of the Senate. Oh, I couldn't do it this time because the Democrats controlled it. But if you elect me again, the next time we're gonna change that. But it won't change. But like I said, your local government can change stuff. People complain about all kinds of shit locally, and they don't do anything locally. You can call your government. You can call someone in this area if there's a pothole on your street. How many times do people do that? No, they just talk shit about potholes on the street. The government needs to come fix this shit, bro. They don't even know it exists. You have to tell them. If a light pole goes down on your street, they might know because it might affect the electricity, and they're like, okay. But other than that, you have to participate in society. You have to go help people. You have to do stuff for things to get done. So people sit around watching fucking Fox and CNN all day and saying, I'm gonna vote for this guy, he's gonna change everything. No, he's fucking not. No, he's not. And even if they are to change one or two things, the next election, the opposite person will be elected. That's just how this shit goes, bro. Obama, Trump, Biden. It's probably going to be a Republican this time. The next time it'll be a Democrat. It will keep going back and forth. Nothing will get done. Do shit locally. Stop worrying about the super up tops. Sup? Are you hopping on the Kamala train? The Kamala train, my bad. Um, I don't know, man. I really don't. But like I was just saying before you came, I'm not saying I'm just like totally apathetic to the presidential election, but I prefer to work locally. I prefer to control things that I can control. I'm not saying my vote doesn't matter, but like I was just saying, whoever does get picked, they're making big decisions. They could affect my life. Surely they will in some fashion. But what's more important is that I participate in stuff in my city, that I help the homeless people in my city, that I help anyone that I encounter in my city. Everything is not on the shoulders of the president. A lot of this shit is us, bro. We can change things every single day by helping each other. But Rolando, more importantly, I've been waiting for you to show up, hoping that you have more information than me on this huge cartel bust that just happened 2 hours ago. I'm assuming you've already heard of it. You're the cartel guy in this group chat, so I need some information, bro. Do you remember how Republicans blame Pete Buttigieg, however the fuck you say his name, for the train derailment in East Palestine, Ohio? They just want to blame people for anything. That's just politics, man. That's why I generally don't talk about politics on YouTube because people would rather play the blame game. They'll rather say, "Ah, Trump's trash, Kamala's trash. She wants to lock everybody up. He's racist. He wants to send everybody away." It's like that's all it is, bro. But they're like I said, They don't actually care about doing anything. They just want to argue. They just want to occupy their minds with shit talking and memes, bro. Like, I don't have time for that shit, bro. If you're not telling me some solutions that doesn't involve strictly voting for the president, I feel like you're not actually doing anything. Like, you're just hoping that someone else does it. That's like the story of people's lives. They're hoping that someone else fixes all the problems instead of us all fixing the problem together. That's another thing that annoys me too, man. Like, each side will say the other side is being divisive, and they will talk shit about each other. I'm like, bro, that's being divisive, bro. Like, you can't say like, oh, they just want to keep the country divided. Those stupid fucking Democrats. I'm like, well, yeah, bro. We're not gonna. There's not gonna be any peace talks with you talking like that, bro. Like, you clearly want the country divided as well. And honestly, with the gap in between Republicans and Democrats right now, I don't even know if that shit is like reparable, bro. I don't know if we can be healed as a country. Something really bad would have to happen, and we'll have to go to war. Unfortunately, that's probably the only way we would come together. And I don't even know if we would then. Our country's really damaged, man. Sadly. But I'm still waiting for Rolando to tell me. Bro, you don't know who it is? I can tell you who it is. That's what is so crazy about it. It's it's El Chapo's son and El Majo, bro. The guy that like co-founded the Sinaloa cartel. They both got caught today in El Paso. But what's weird is that the other son, the one that was captured last year, was released today. He was released and the other two got caught. I'm like, did he make some kind of a deal, bro? You think they're more divisive than the Dems? I'm sure that they would say the same thing too, though, bro. That's what I'm saying. It could be true. It could be true one way or the other. But like I said, both sides say the same thing. And see, the icon says the other way around. That you guys are making my point right now, so I don't think I need to say anymore. That's literally why I don't talk about this stuff. You want to put him on the bed? I figured you did that. You telling me El Chapo's son El Majo busted on U.S. soil? The original report that I read, and that was from the U.S. government, said that. That's weird because the TV is not saying that. The TV is saying that they were. Bro, I don't even know. Because originally it said they voluntarily turned themselves in. Then the U.S. put out a little. I can't even think of what it's called. But you know, like when the U.S. puts out a thing on their website, they put out a thing on their website saying that they caught both of them in El Paso and they're arrested on charges of trafficking fentanyl, whatever the fuck it's called. And so I'm just really confused now. Now they're getting shipped to somewhere else. And I'm like, what's going on, bro? But like I said, the other brother was released today. And then those two get caught? I don't know. That's fishy, man. He might have snitched on them. He might have got a little plea bargain. Yeah, you can verify that information, Rolando. That's what I read on the U.S. site. I had heard rumors that Majo ran the Sinaloa cartel from the U.S. with U.S. intel protection, but that rumor seemed too far fetched and too difficult to prove. Bro, what's even weirder, and I guess it would maybe make that point more, is that I mean, like, until recently, it seemed like Mexico had no idea that this happened. So the Mexican government was not in on them being captured, which makes more sense. Like I said, if it happened in El Paso, the Mexican government would not know. But it's also just weird that they would do a bust like that without informing the Mexican government, unless they think that the Mexican government is bought out and they wouldn't want to tell them and give them a warning, which I'm sure that they are. Mhm. But to be honest, after I don't even remember which son it was. Whenever the one son was captured in 2019 and then the president let him go, I think it was like obvious then that the cartel was running shit. I mean, everybody already knew anyways, but okay, yeah, even the live news right now says that they're being held or they got stopped in Texas. But I don't know if that's exactly where they were arrested or if they're just being held there. Interesting stuff, man. If I wasn't on my phone doing this, I would uh I would look it up and read more about it. I'm trying to watch the news, but they're kind of talking about the future consequences. They're not actually talking about the facts of the case. The Mexican government is probably playing stupid. They know all kinds of things. They use Pegasus to spy on people. Haven't you heard of Guacamaya, Serena leaks? No, I have not heard of that actually. I'm not really up to date on anything Mexican to be honest, bro. That's what I said. To me, this was like this was huge to me. I'm like, where, what's happening when they can capture guys like that? Like before, they were too powerful to be even caught, bro. And what is the relationship between the Sinaloa cartel and that other one that starts with a C? It's like CJNG or something like that. Are they beefing? Are they allies? I really don't know anything. It's basically the Mexican WikiLeaks. I mean, I figured from the context, but I just don't know anything about it. I'll tell you one thing. In a country like that, I would not be doing any leaks or snitching. There's some countries where I wouldn't. Bro, anyone that's a journalist in Mexico or Colombia, I'm not. You don't care about your life, bro. You don't. You writing stories, exposing stuff, bro, they're gonna kill you. They're going to. Oh, they're taking him to Chicago. Okay, yeah. The TV said they were caught in El Paso and they're being shipped to Chicago. Let's see.
No hay que olvidar lo que el mismo Ismael Zambada dijo a Julio Ucher en el momento, que en cuanto a los capos, encerrados, muertos, extraditados, los casos que andan por ahí. Así es, se me termina el tiempo, pero te agradezco muchísimo que nos hayas acompañado a esta hora. Gracias, bye. Gracias, muy buenas noches. Ya continuamos con mucho más de la detención del Mayo Zambada.
Mexican government runs the cartels. I mean, I don't know, bro. I think that's difficult to say and difficult to prove because there's puppet power and then there's real power. For example, like when Pablo Escobar was in his quote unquote prime, he ran everything because he had the most money and he could kill people. But he couldn't make political decisions because he wasn't a politician. No one would recognize it. So he had to buy the president. He had to buy this person. He had to threaten them. He had to do whatever. Now, on the outside, you could say, well, the government runs stuff because he has to pay them. They make the decisions. But it's like, well, no, not really. Like, he's paying them, like, as in his famous words, plata o plomo. Like, you can take my money or you can die. So, I mean, I guess it would just depend on how you're looking at it. But bro, I've seen I've seen those cartels there in Mexico. Bro, they got the fucking Humvees and all kinds of weapons. I'm like, bro, this shit's better than the gear I had when I was in the army, bro. I'm like, how did they get a hold of this, bro? Oh my god. And what's really nuts is I can't say it's nuts, but it's not something that I would recommend. But there's a good section of people in the United States that think that we should intervene and do something to their cartels. I'm like, bro, do you know that that is a war? Like, they might give us more trouble than the Middle East did. Because they are, like I said, they are loaded, bro. Mexican business people are way wealthier than the cartel leaders. Maybe. I don't know. I can't argue with you, bro, because I don't know that. But those cartel leaders are pretty wealthy, bro. Pretty wealthy. When we talking about $25 billion empires and shit, bro, that's a lot of money. I don't think the cartel compares to the 75th Ranger Regiment. Psh, that's what you think till they're fighting. You ever seen Lone Survivor, bro? When they're running from the Afghanis and they're like, bro, are they faster than us? Are they better than us? That's what happens, bro. when you're an American, they tell you you're the best at everything until it's happening, and you're like, yo, why are we struggling? Are there any apps that can help me learn Spanish? I would recommend you to not use an app. How much Spanish do you currently know? Do you know any Spanish? Or like are you starting from square one right now? Or you got like a base or what? Uy. I can form sentences, but like I'm not sure if my grammar is correct. Um. Okay, let me ask you this: can you speak in the past tense? Do you know how to say I did it, I did not do it, and my vocab is subpar? No, I don't. Okay, yeah, you're at the very first square. So, what I tell people, and this is just my personal opinion, is that most conversations take place, most day to day conversations, they take place in the past or in the near future. You know, like, what did you eat today? What did you do today? Where are you going to go? What are your plans this weekend? But hardly are you speaking in like the actual present, because the present is more to talk about like your daily routine. Like, I wake up at 3. I like eating this. I. But hardly do you say that kind of stuff in a real conversation. So I think the past is super important. I think that if you already know the alphabet and you already know how to conjugate in the present tense, you need to start conjugating in the past tense, and you need to get with a native speaker so that you can start hearing common words, stuff that people actually say. The problem with apps for me is that it's just it's not the natural way people talk, and it's a bunch of shit that people don't say in real life. They're telling you shit like the elephant climbed up the tree. And it's like, bro, what the fuck? I'm never gonna say that in real life, bro. You need to be simulating real situations. Like, if you think about when you were a kid and you learned English, all of the stuff that you learned was relevant to your life. Your parents aren't teaching you. I mean, you might read a couple stories about rocket ships, but in the beginning, before you can read and stuff like that, your parents are saying, give me. They're teaching you how to say, give me. They're teaching you how to ask for food. They're teaching you, this is water. This is this. You need to know everything that you will be encountering in daily life. Like you just said, you don't know the past, right? If you told someone, oh, I speak decent Spanish, I know how to form sentences, and then they ask you, like, what did you eat today? And you're like, I don't know what that means. They're gonna be like, you don't know shit. Like, what do you know? So, see, I had that realization in real life, bro. I thought the same thing. I'm like, yeah, my Spanish is decent. I can blah blah blah. And literally, my friend that taught me Spanish, she was just like, okay, just tell me everything you did today. And I was like, hmm. I'm like, I don't know how to tell you what I did today. And that day, I realized that all my efforts on apps and everything else were in vain, bro. So, what I would recommend you to do is get on italki or some kind of language exchange app, find you a native speaker, and start having basic conversations with them. Something that you can do on your own, though. I literally just made a video about this week. You can start learning everything in your house. You know those, like, the old cheesy method where you put sticky notes on everything in your house? You should start learning the word for everything in your house. And as time goes on, you should start learning how to say the purpose of those things. Learn how to say, I'm gonna go to bed. Learn how to say, I'm going to wake up at this time. Stuff that you would really talk about. I'm gonna talk to my cousins. I'm Dominican and black. See, you got an advantage there. Most people find it hard to understand Dominicans, right? But it works the opposite way too. If you learn from Dominicans and if you can speak anything like that, a lot of other Spanish will sound somewhat slow to you. So that's good. But Dominicans they talk differently, bro. A lot of their vocab is completely different to what you might encounter elsewhere. But yeah, I mean, if your cousins are willing to talk to you, that would be cool. The thing about family members is like not just family. Like that's why when I learned, I paid my friend to teach me because like teaching is hard, bro. It's not easy. You know, imagine like I teach English, so imagine in your daily life you want something, right? You're like, yo, can you pass me that phone? I need to use that right now. And they're just like, The phone, oh, the phone is, and you're just like, bro, give me the fucking phone. You know what I mean? Because you're not learning, they're learning. And so, like, you have to have patience to teach. And that's just not, I wouldn't expect that from most people, man. So, like, don't put that on your family if you can help it. I will wait till you get like a little bit better. Like I said, when you can have some like decent conversations, it's not as much stress on them. Your girlfriend's Colombian. Was she born in the United States or she was born in Colombia?
Tendremos un viernes muy disfrutable, muy similar al día de hoy, pero el calor y la humedad empezarán a aumentar durante sábado y domingo, y de hecho el domingo nos dormiremos con condiciones de baja calorificación y vacaciones en tormentas. Dan a conocer el plan de seguridad para la Protección Nacional de Bogotá en plena
Okay,
semana
she was born
de
here.
elecciones.
Well,
Arrestan a uno de los
here's
presuntos
another thing.
autores de la matanza de
Oh, but
Boko
she
Haram.
goes there. Okay, if she goes there, she probably speaks pretty well. I was about to say, here's the thing about American born Spanish speakers. You don't know what kind of quality you're getting. I don't know if you ever heard of a no sabo kid, but there are a lot of Spanish speakers that don't necessarily speak well, quote unquote, well, because they're born in the United States and they're trying to juggle two languages. So, to someone that doesn't speak Spanish, you're gonna say, "Oh yeah, yeah, my boy is fluent." But if you actually learn Spanish later, you might be like, "Yo, now that I'm thinking about it, this dude, he couldn't conjugate in the past tense. He could only speak in the present." There's a bunch of boxers like that, like Teofimo Lopez and a lot of these other dudes. If you actually listen to their interviews, they have no idea how to conjugate in the past. So a reporter might be like, I don't know, like, what was your training camp like? And they'll be like, I'm training hard. It's really hard. I'm tired. And they never can say that they were doing something. I was. They can't say any of that stuff. And like I said, they'll have like decent fluidity because they've been doing that for 20 or 30 years. But that doesn't necessarily mean that's something that you want to imitate because yeah. But like I said, if she goes there frequently, she probably speaks pretty good Spanish. What part? You know what part of Colombia she's from?
No comunicamos con la policía para confirmar este detalle, pero aún no nos responden. Sus vecinos, mientras tanto, no salen del asombro. Después de todo, esta es una comunidad familiar donde todos se conocen.
Este es un neighborhood muy tranquilo, no se ve nada, no hay actividad de nada. Los niños juegan en el parque hasta la noche casi cuando se oscurece.
¿Cómo pueden ir a dormirse si no pueden hablar a nadie en el parque?
Bogota and Cali. Ah, Cali.
Anoche fue muy pesado
I
para
love
ellos.
Cali, man. I love living there.
Piezas de herida
That's who taught me Spanish, so that's my preferred Spanish. Caleños.
La familia Rodríguez pide de su ayuda, han abierto una cuenta de GoFundMe para juntar dinero para los gastos fúnebres.
But
Algunos
I
dicen que
wonder,
el
I wonder how she's from both. One parent from Bogota, one parent from Cali. That's strange, because nah, I'm not gonna start no beef, but Caleños be talking shit about people from Bogota.
todas nuestras oraciones para la familia Rodríguez. Muchas gracias. Ahora nos vamos a Juliet, donde una discusión terminó con dos personas baleadas. La policía
Why did I
descubrió
move
que
back?
los intercambios
It's
de armas
complicated, man. I
fueron
got hurt. So after I had surgery, I stayed there for a couple months after the surgery, but it was easier to recover here
balazos en las piernas
because my
y
family lives here. So it wasn't so much stress on my wife. But then at the same time,
para recibir cargos criminales.
my wife just wanted to move back regardless. Like, our plan was to leave and stay there for about 6 months to a year. So we completed that mission. And we just said when we got to 6 months to a year, we'll make a decision if we were gonna stay longer or if we were gonna move to Puerto Rico or come back here. And like I said, I got severely injured while I was there. That was probably at the 7 month mark or so. Um, And so yeah, it was just easier on us to come back. But I loved it there, man. I love it there. Got a lot of friends, and I mean I consider them family now, but I'll say friends. I got a lot of friends there. They took good care of me. La chimichanga tengo mi cabilla. Rolando, you know that song? That song's been stuck in my head for like 3 months, dog. I don't even know if Rolando's still here. All right, the news is not talking about Chapo's son anymore, so I'm in college and looking for abroad programs in Colombia. That'd be cool. Your girlfriend's not gonna like that, but that'd be cool. Colombia is not somewhere that a woman would want you to be by yourself for sure. I'm I'm older and I've been over that kind of stuff. Like I'm married, bro, so it don't matter to me. But a young single dude, American, that's a trap, bro. And the problem with places like that, and this is not everybody, but the American dollar is strong compared to the Colombian peso, right? And so in their heads, a lot of them, not everyone, you're rich. Like no matter what you say, no matter what you're going through, you're rich. And if you think about the implications of that, it's kind of heavy, man. Like you know, you find people telling you stories. They're not saying it, but they're like, I don't know what my mom is gonna do because she can't pay her rent. And you're like, dang, that's heavy, bro. They're like, yeah, if only we had $100. I'm like, yeah, that would be nice. I ain't got it, bro. But just stuff like that. And so, anyways, that carries over to women too. You're American, they're like, ooh, he got money. And so you never know, man. You wouldn't know who really likes you, but like I said, that could attract a lot of attention that you don't want. I'm chill, but some people can't handle it. Rolando, you don't know that song? Um, it's called Chimichanga. The guy that made it, what's his name? SC9 or something like that. It's like one of those like what do they call it? Like narco corridos, bro. Like he's like rapping about fucking cartel life. La chimichanga tengo mi gavilla. How can I avoid that? You can't, bro. That's what I'm saying. That's part of especially if you don't speak good Spanish, because then you're crazy American. You're crazy American. Like I don't have to speak English. So unless I'm like sitting down having an intimate conversation with someone, they don't know I'm American. You know what I mean? I'm out in the streets in Cali, like no one's looking at me like, oh, it's an American because I look just like them. You know what I mean? So, and if you know the expressions, if you know the highs and goodbyes that they use, you won't sound like you're not from there. It's just like if somebody walked by me and they just said, "What's up?" I'd be like, "What's up?" I wouldn't know that they weren't American unless we started talking and they said like for example, there's this girl from Puerto Rico that I know. She speaks fluent English with no accent. And one time we were talking, and she said we were talking about Mario Kart, and she said, "Man, I hate when they hit you with the blue conch." And I was like, "The blue conch?" I'm like, "Oh, the blue shell." And she's like, "Oh yeah, the blue shell." Because like in her head, like she was thinking Spanish, she was thinking like la concha. Like you would never say that if you were if you were born and raised in like mainland America. Like if you grew up with English as your first language, you would never say conch. You just wouldn't say that unless you're like some fucking marine biologist or something.
And so stuff like that, if I was like in the middle of a deep conversation and somebody would say like an expression and I'll be like, what does that mean? And they'll be like, what? And they'll be like, where are you from, bro? And I'm like, the United States. And they're like, oh. But it's like there's certain things and places that if you grew up somewhere, it would be impossible for you to not know. But going back to the original point, if you ain't speaking fluent Spanish, they're gonna know you're not American. I mean, they're gonna know you're American, like instantly. They can probably tell by the clothes you're wearing too. I went over there with basically nothing because I was just like, I'm gonna just buy my clothes over there so I could look more like them. I was wearing mad off-brand shit. All my shoes I got from the mall there. It's like I don't even know what brand they were. I got a pair here still. I'll be like, yo, these kind of clean. But if somebody see me in them, they're gonna be like, he bought them joints from Walmart, bro. So yeah, I mean, like I said, it's kind of unavoidable. It's just a part of being somewhere like that, bro. Just don't be opening yourself up too much to people. Cause I mean, at the end of the day, you don't know them. Everybody to me there was friendly. They were nice. No one tried to take advantage of me for real. But I didn't expose myself too much either. I wasn't just like walking around telling people like, "Oh, I'm from the states and this, that, and the other." Like, and plus, like, if I did talk about the states, I'd be like, "Yeah, a lot of people don't know, man. There's a lot of poverty there too." I'm like, "Shh, I ain't got no money." I tell them that up front just to make sure. I'm like, I barely got here, bro. I could barely afford the ticket. I'm like, I was suffering so much because I was so poor in the United States. I fled to come here. That's what I said. I know Chicana who went to Colombia and married a single mom with like 3 kids. She wiped his bank account clean. Sorry, that's not funny, but it is. You know what's crazy too? I don't know the statistics, but there's a lot of single moms in Colombia, bro. Them dudes just be dipping out, bro. It's kind of like a well-known thing too. You see mad single moms. Damn, she wiped his bank account clean. Yeah, man. I mean, every single story I ever heard of a robbery there or any kind of stuff like that, it involves women. 100% every single time. I'm sure people have been robbed for other stuff, but every single story I've heard has involved getting drugged and or set up by women. Cause these dudes, they get no play in the United States, and they go over there, and they think that they're magically not ugly and whack over there. And so they're like, man, I got 2 girls on me. Like, bro, that's not normal anywhere, bro. You're not gonna have just 2 girls on you, bro. You're not that guy, bro. If you never had 2 girls on you in the States, you're not gonna have 2 girls on you in Colombia unless they trying to run your shit, bro. Unless they're trying to set you up. That's what they do. You gonna be kissing one of them, the other one's gonna put something in your drink, and you gonna wake up with no money. You don't even gotta be 2 girls. It could be one, but it's easier to do it with two. So, but yeah, like I said, I'm married. I'm boring too, so I never had to worry about none of that stuff, bro. Anytime I was kicking it with people, I was kicking it with people that I knew. I was not uh going to the club and then they're like, let's go back to my pad. Like, nope, I'm going home. Every time I went out, it was with people I knew. She didn't steal the money outright. She just got him to spend all his money on her. Oh, that's just typical women. That's all women. Nah, but yeah, there's levels. There's levels. Like I said, certain dudes. The problem is, dudes want girls that they have to use money to get, and they think that they're not gonna have to use money to maintain them, right? And so you got this dude that's flashing his money. spending his money on a shorty, and then he thinks because they're official now, she's gonna stop asking for money. She's gonna ask for more. She's gonna be like, "What's the point of being with you if I can't ask you for $300 right now to go get my nails done and get a new outfit because I got this and this?" And she's gonna be thinking, "Can go get some other dude." But like I said, man, these dudes don't understand that. They don't understand that in every country, there's women that care about money. There's women that care less about money. There's women that don't care about money. But they think other places are like magical places where the rules don't apply there or something. I don't know, bro. People are stupid. Just dumb. What am I watching? I gotta change the channel. American Ninja Warrior. American Ninja Warrior. Rolando, do you think we used to talk about Spanish more in these chats? I feel like they started off as Spanish chats like a year or two ago, and like now nobody talks about Spanish. I was thinking when you love Zach came in here, I'm like, man, nobody asks questions like that about Spanish anymore. They can just lure him to some place, and then some dudes can jump out armed and rob him. Yeah, that happens a lot, bro. And the crazy thing is, like, in certain places, like, they kill you anyways, bro. I've seen a lot of those where I'm like, why did they kill him, bro? They took all his money. Like, they had no reason to stab him to death. But, like, I don't know, bro. Sometimes they're just criminals. Criminals. Mama, I'm a criminal. The Whole Truth. Oh, that's what I'm watching right now. Oh man, I'm almost at an hour. I said bare minimum I was gonna do an hour today. I don't know how much longer I'm gonna do. Maybe 10:30. Another 10 minutes or so. I don't know. Kind of depends. Almost exclusively Spanish. I think it changed when Planet Moolah did. You know what's weird? Planet Moolah popped back up a couple months ago for one live stream, and then he never came back. I thought he was gone for good, but he came back mad normal, said what's up, said he was super busy, and then I never saw him again. But yeah, that's true. When he left, it became less about Spanish because he asked a lot of questions. Good questions too. I like the Spanish questions though. I like the beginning days of Spanish, man. I like helping people avoid the BS. Cause there's a lot of I know the route that they're gonna go down. Like I said, I already did it with the apps and stuff. I love saving people from doing that. I guess they take them there so there's no whiteness. Oh, witnesses. Oh, I was like, whiteness? Bro, witnesses do not matter in Colombia, bro. Trust me. If you want, I can send you some videos. Like, bro, that was like my main paranoia. It never happened, but like, bro, you'll be sitting at they have like outside restaurants and like dudes would just pull up on a moto, bro, and just like rob everybody and drive off. Never happened to me, but I do have some videos of it happening like in neighborhoods like somewhat close to where I was at. Not very close, but
It happens. Stop fight, we didn't make him fight for you like Tyson. You're too nice to him, nobody love him better, just poison him. Just poison him. Breaking news. When I get him gone, cause I was too good. Breaking news. Yeah, was he too good? Witnesses. Nah, I figured out. I figured what you meant. I'm watching Fear Factor right now. I haven't seen this since I was like a little kid, bro. Oh man, getting kind of tired. Just poison him. Tremors. The 18. The Texan. I think it's just me and you, Rolando. My most loyal live viewer. Oh yeah, this guy's gonna die. I can always tell on shows when somebody's gonna die. Oh wow. It's not him, it's her. Damn, he beating the shit out of her, bro. Wow. Hmm. Well, since it's just us in the chat, I think I will go until 10:30. Bro, they're letting the murderer escape. This trash ass dude, he tripping over his own feet, bro. Damn, I miss Walker, Texas Ranger. I used to watch this as a kid. He's beating the shit out of this dude. Oh, and I could rewind it. Well, I'm definitely watching this episode. I'm gonna put it on pause. And watch it at 10:30. Rolando, any last words in this last 4 minutes? Do. Community moderation. Well, it says 2 people are here. I wonder who's the other person. You're awfully quiet in these last 3 minutes. Speak now or forever hold your peace. I'm stealthy like that. What's up? I'm gonna restart that Spanish grammar book. Which one was that again? I don't even remember which grammar book you're talking about. I started it, but I set it aside because I got busy with work. But which book? I forgot. It's been too long, bro. I just gotta find it. Bro, it might be too late. You might have thrown it away. It's gone. Forever. 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 Do. You know what always happens right when I'm about to get off? More people join. I don't know why that happens. It's like there's a sense. People have a sixth sense for joining lives at the last minute. It's partially my fault because I don't give any warnings when I do these. I just literally just pop up. But still. Still. LaRouse. If I had to guess, I would guess that was pronounced like LaRue. Some French guy that speaks Spanish. Stop fight, but then make him fight for you like Tyson. Might have thrown it away because I did lose some things due to the hurricane. How much did that book cost? Phil, what's up, bro? I'm literally about to get off right now. I literally just said this thing happens where anytime I'm about to get off, everyone shows up. Were you humming somebody I used to know? That's possible. If it was like do 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 do, I was humming that probably at some point. I don't know if that's considered humming, but you didn't have to cut me off. I show up to live like I used to show up to the bar in Denton. Drunk? Late as hell. That's real. I mean, like I said, I don't be doing no warnings for these joints. I just pop up, so I can't really fault you. The Olympics starts tomorrow, everybody. So I'm ready for greatness, man. I'm ready to see track and field. I'm ready to see weightlifting, boxing, and mainly track and field weightlifting. It's $9 on Amazon. Oh, that's nothing. That's nothing for a baller like you. Look, I said I was getting off at 10:30 and I didn't get off because people started talking. That's what happens, bro. No one will be up in here for like 20 minutes and I'll be like, all right, I'm gonna get off. And then like people just show up and start talking. You been tuned in to all the showcases? I haven't. But I know some greatness is about to happen this time for track and field. I hope there's no like crazy wind or nothing. Cause Noah Lyles is on fire. Shakari Richardson is on fire. Is her last name Richards or Richardson? I feel like it's Richards. Shakari Richards. Shakari Richardson. Richardson sounds like too much. I'm gonna call her Shakari Richards. Or am I thinking of Sonia Richards? Her last name's Richardson. Whatever. Her name's Shakari. Shakari. They got it playing at the gym. So I just watched. I'm actually gonna look up the weather. It's Richardson. I figured it was Richardson. Once I thought Sonya Richards in my head, I was like, oh, okay, hers got to be Richardson then. Don't matter. She's Shakari. Shakari. She's Shasha. But, yeah, I'm expecting big things from her. Shelly Ann. You know, Sydney McLaughlin is going to probably set another world record in the hurdles. Who else? I don't know. I feel like a lot of people are going to do something crazy. No, what would be really crazy is if Sydney McLaughlin lost the hurdles. That would be insane. I think I'd rather see that than to see her set another world record. Phil, would you rather see her go under 50? Or would you rather see her get upset in a crazy showdown, like at the line? Yeah, Quincy gonna go off. We're gonna see some good 400s. What's up boy's name? Leslie. He's always in shape. And they both get under 50. I think that's asking for a lot, but that would definitely be cool. Definitely. I don't know if we're gonna see any spectacular 200s. Have there been any spectacular 200s recently? I'm not sure. Yeah, I did say McLaughlin. Jump! Don't jump! Don't jump! Why are you about to jump, bro? I can help you down. You want me to help you down? Come here. Come here. Come here. Yeah. Crazy guy. You're very crazy, dude. Whew. Yeah, I mean, there's all kinds of ways to pronounce it. I think McLaughlin is the most common one. I think McLaughlin would be weird. What is the third pronunciation? Can only be Laughlin or Laughlin, right? Rolando knows something we don't know. McLaughlin? Is that a real pronunciation? McLaughlin. That would be weird, considering
That's just not the sound that GH makes, unless it comes from a different language that I don't know. All right, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna just stay on until Axel comes into the room. Cause I thought she was gonna be in here by now. That's why I said 10:30. It's probably not someone American. I could see that. Cause here's the thing. McLaughlin? Oh hell nah, bro. Nah, they're just wrong. I don't care if it's their name. They're wrong. But you know, like, because we pronounce stuff differently than the Brits. All right, I'm gonna just give you an example. This is weird. I need to figure out where to start at. Okay, so British people pronounce the th as f, right? So instead of saying think, they say think. I'll think about it. So in Spain, there's a place called Ibiza, right? It's a ZA. But because the Spanish pronounce the Z as a TH, the British that vacation there all the time, they say, I'm going to Ibiza. And you would think, like, how the fuck are you getting Ibiza out of a Z? But when you think about it, they're hearing the Spanish people pronounce it as Ibiza. And they're going, we don't say THs, we say Fs. So they're just going, oh, Ibiza. So it could be something like that. That could be the reason it's McLaughlin. Somebody could have a thing where they switch letters, and I mean, laugh and laugh are already weird. So yeah, like 3 layers of accents, yeah, bro. Remember the first time I heard Ibiza, I was like, where is that at? Like I genuinely did not know they were talking about Ibiza. 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 I'm still trying to figure out who says McLaughlin. I feel like that was someone like that didn't know their parents and they couldn't read and they just read their last name and they were like E McLaughlin. I thought names starting with MC or Mac are of Irish or Scottish origin. They probably are, bro. I assume McLaughlin was. That's the only reason I said McLaughlin. If I didn't think it was Scottish or Irish, I would say McLaughlin. But I don't know how like Gaelic languages work, so that's what I was saying. Like it could be something like that where we're all saying it a different way. Dude, I don't know where that is, so I couldn't tell you, bro. Is that in Spain? It would have to be popular enough. Like the thing is, Ibiza, Ibiza is a super popular spot for British people to go to. So when you go somewhere enough, it's kind of like a good amount of Americans actually say Mexico. Even if they're trying to be funny or whatever, they say Mexico. People that are not on this side of the world probably don't, because they probably don't go there enough to hear people there say it and go, oh, it's not Mexico. So, like, typically Americans don't go to Ibiza. Um, and I'm like weirding myself out right now by saying Ibiza because I know it's not pronounced like that, but I know Americans say it like Ibiza or Ibiza. So I don't know that spot, and I don't know if it's popular enough for them to know how they say that and change it from there and blah blah blah. Don't go changing. You never let me down before. I made it through the wilderness. You know I made it through. But that reminds me, I'm just thinking about how words flip and blah, blah, blah. I saw this linguist cook somebody on TikTok. The guy commented, he was like, I hate when people say ax instead of ask. And this linguist was like, well, actually, the original pronunciation was ax. And it was like, when people came to America, they flipped it around and started saying ask because they couldn't pronounce ax well. I can't remember what the linguistic property is called when you switch the letters like that. But that's what happened in America because the word came from like a word like oxen or something like that, oxen or something, and then it was ox, and now Americans say ask. But then black people, they're like, black people say axe. You want an axe? Shut your bitch ass up. There's an Avicii song named Ibiza. I took a pill in Ibiza to show. Who do you want to show? He was cool. Took a pill in Ibiza to show somebody I was cool. I can't remember who he wanted to show he was cool. Or did he say? Or did he say Avicii? Well, I thought that's what he said, but I'm like, that doesn't make sense because he's. Wait, is it an Avicii song, or is this it's someone else's song? It's that one dude's song. Eric, I'm trusting you right now. Who made that song? I took a pill in Ibiza. That's what I thought. I took a pill in Ibiza. I took a pill in Ibiza to show Avicii I was cool. So it can't be Avicii that made the song. It's someone else. I can't think of his name. I know his name, but it's not Avicii. Because he made a little comeback and he like doesn't talk about the same stuff anymore. He had like a whole life change because of that incident. Yes, he did overdose. So he was not cool. I took a pill in Ibiza. What the fuck was his name? I totally forgot that dude's name. It's like I know it. If you gave me a hint and didn't tell me, I feel like I would get it. But it's not Avicii. Because he wanted to show Avicii he was cool. I guess I was the one rolling. Took a pill in Ibiza. Show Avicii I was cool. Man, I can't remember this dude's name for shit, bro. It's only because I'm thinking of it. If I wasn't thinking of it, I would be able to tell you, like, oh, yeah. Mike Posner. Oh, God, I knew that, bro. That pisses me off. I hate when I can't think of stuff. We got this little thing that we do in my family. If everyone's trying to think of something, you get a point if you think of it. But we don't look it up. We just all sit there, like, 3 points if you could figure out who that was. And we're just like, And someone's like, Denzel Washington. And we're like, God damn it. And I don't know why we keep track of the score. Like, you don't win anything. There's no end. We just say that. We're just like 5 points if you could think of who was that actor I'm thinking of. Rolando threw me off because he said there's an Avicii song. And my whole brain just scattered. And I'm like, wait a second. Then who did he say? I can't trust you anymore, Rolando. You set me up, bro. You don't want to be high like me. Not even know why like me. Wonder what that guy's up to. Do 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 do. Not know how to trust like this. Oh no, my chapstick. Well, I'm still here. I said I was gonna get off when Axel walked in the room because I kind of assumed that she was gonna walk in the room sometime soon, but she's not coming in. So, just gonna stay on. Party in the USA. Yeah. It's a party in the USA. Oh, I just heard the bathroom door open. She's about to be in here, y'all. When that door opens, okay, now I'm getting off of live. So, I will catch y'all on Sunday.